Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Students, today we are going to study the chapter number 4 of the science disaster management. Inshallah, in this topic we are going to learn what is a disaster. What are the type of the disaster? What are their effects? What are remedial and preventive measures and the first aid are other important points from this chapter. Explanation. Here, some are the disastrous events given to you. The first one is an earthquake, second one is a drought, and third one is the flood. Fourth one, fire explosion. Fifth one is also the flood. And the sixth one is nothing but the volcanic eruption. Disaster. Do you know? In 1993, many people died due to an earthquake in Killari in the district Latur. In July 2005, many people lost their lives in Mumbai due to the deluge caused by heavy rain. In July 2014, the whole village of Malin and Ambegaon Taluka of Pune district was destroyed by the landslide. Many people got buried into the heaps of soil and stone and lost their lives. In November 2015, many people died due to flooding caused by heavy rain in Tamil Nadu. What do you understand from all these events? Disaster means danger or damage to life. What is a disaster? A sudden event that causes large-scale damage to life, property and social aspect of nation or society is called a disaster. How and why do disaster occurs? Flood due to heavy rains, an earthquake, lightning and volcanic eruption etc. Forest fires, increased risk due to high density of population in a limited area, rampant and irregular construction, ecological imbalance, terrorism, riots and crime resulting in bomb explosion, assaults, fire and accident etc. Disasters are two main kinds, man-made and natural. Man-made disaster. Man-made disaster. Fire, bomb explosion, a car accident, leakage of chemical gases and a wars. While the natural disaster, fire, earthquake, lightning, then volcanic eruption, tsunami, landslide, forest fire and a storm. Earthquakes. Movement in the interior of the earth releases tremendous amount of energy. This causes seismic waves leading to movement of the earth's surface like tremors, shaking, cracking, etc. Such vibration or quaking in the Earth's crust is known as an earthquake. Though earthquake is natural disaster, it is believed that besides other causes, man-made causes like mining and construction of big dams can also lead to an earthquake. Effects of an earthquake: destruction of infrastructure, that is building, bridges, road, railway tracks, etc. Changes in the direction of flow of rivers. Huge loss of life and properties. Floods. A frequently occurring natural disaster in all parts of the world is the flood. Due to excessive rains in the same place, a river overflows its bank, causing flood. The water drainage system in big cities falls short when there is a heavy rainfall, resulting in choking of gutters and drainage lines. Water overflows on the road and surrounding areas and even enters nearby houses. Effects of floods: huge loss to life and property. Soil erosion, destruction of standing crops. After effects of flood, like a spread of disease and epidemic affecting the health of the people. Storms. The formation of high and low air pressure built in the atmosphere causes changes in weather, resulting in a strong wind or storms. Effects of storms: great damage in the storm affected region, tremendous losses to life and property, disruption of electricity supply, disruption of transport and communication. Forest fires. A forest fire is an uncontrolled fire in a forest, pasture or a grassland due to the natural or man-made cause. Forest fires spread at a tremendous speed. Effects of forest fires: great damage to natural wealth and biodiversity. Pollution of air. Disaster management: taking a step to prevent disaster, making plans to face disaster and developing the capacity for that, called disaster management. To prevent or reduce damage caused by natural or man-made disaster, emergency planning and management is required. Community participation and disaster management are closely related. During a disaster, helping and supporting each other is a moral responsibility. Contacts for disaster management: your Maharashtra police, even fire department, ambulance, and disaster management cell that we can contact during the disaster or some of the things which are not happening good to us. Remedial and preventive measures. Let us see what precautions we are supposed to take before or in the event of the natural or man-made disaster. Keep watching TV and radio news and bulletins. Use battery operated radio and mobiles. Heed the warning issues by the meteorological department carefully. Use the websites www.imd.government.in. Landslide occur in hilly areas due to cloudburst or heavy rains. On such occasion, do not take shelter at the foot of a hill. During flood, do not linger in houses or areas on river banks. Seek shelter in other safe places. Move to safer places at a greater height. Do not step into water currents or drive a vehicle into them. During an earthquake, road splits open and the ground cracks. Railway tracks get uprooted. Hence, when moving from one place to another, ensure that the road is safe further on. Take shelter in relief camps as they provide medicines, food packets, drinking water, first aid, etc. To get protection from fire, use fire extinguisher in public places like school, hospital, railway station, etc. First aid. In a day-to-day life, sometimes we have to face disaster or accident of varying proportions. On such occasion, it is necessary to give some immediate aid even before medical treatment becomes available. External bleeding. If a person is bleeding, first make him sit or lie down comfortably. Clean the bleeding part of the body with water and keep it above the level of heart. Burns and scalds. Minor burns. The injured part should be washed with water or held under water. Give the victim water to drink. Clean the wound using a cotton swab soaked in antiseptic solution. Do not apply oily ointment. Cover wounds using dry dressing. Serious burns. Give the emotional support. Cover the wounds with sterilized cloth. Remove jewelry, shoes, etc. if easily possible. Do not touch or burst the blisters on the skin. Do not apply oily ointment. Do not try to remove the cloth if it is stuck on the burnt skin. If the patient is cautious, give water to drink, but avoid tea or a coffee or other stimulating drinks. Get medical aids at once. Sunstroke. When we work in the sun continuously for a long time, the body loses a lot of water and minerals. That is the reason for sunstroke. Remedial measures. Take the patient to the cool place or in the shade. Sponge the whole body with cold water. Place a cloth soaked in cold water on the neck. Give plenty of water or liquids like sherbet or drinks. If the patient feels like vomiting, make him lie prone, that is on his/her abdomen with head tuned to one side. Get medical help or shift the patient to the hospital. Snake bite. There are nearly 2,100 species of snake. Only a few like cobras, kraits, vipers and the sea snakes are poisonous. Therefore, all snake bites are not fatal to us. However, fear causes severe psychological shock which can result in death. If you come across a snake, contact Sarpamitra rather than killing the snake at once. Remedial measures. Wash the wound with water. Give the emotional support to the patient. Tie a cloth tightly above the found, get immediately medical help. Dog bite. In a dog bite, there is a risk of infection through the blood. Hence, first aid and the medical help are necessary. Remedial measures. Wash the wound with a solution of potassium permanganate and other antiseptics. Cover the wound with a clean and dry cloth. Get a doctor's help and injection of the anti-rabies vaccination. Summary. A sudden calamity is known as a disaster. Disaster can be man-made or natural. Due to disaster, a huge loss of life and property occurs. Community participation and disaster management are closely related. Taking a step to prevent disaster, making plans to face disaster and developing the capacity is called disaster management. Sometimes we have to face disaster or accident of varying types. On such occasions, it is necessary to give some immediate aid even before the medical treatment becomes available.